Okay, so we'll just go through any questions so far in the classes, like any questions that you're not understood or something.
Sir Mano, this is Gulam. You sent us a link yesterday about Selenium ID with Mozilla Firefox, and we tried to download it, and it says like the new Mozilla Firefox that's like not compatible with the Selenium ID.
Right,
So we cannot like install Selenium.
yeah, so let me check it out pretty quick here. So even I tried yesterday, it was actually not, okay, so let's see it real quick. So you need to see, one thing you can do is you have to either, downgrade your um, Firefox, because see mine also is it's latest. You need to see it's 57, right? 57 is not compatible with this.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think they have developed any new app for this. Okay, so yeah, here it's saying like it's uncompatible, right? So what you can do is you can either downgrade this file, because this Firefox is Quantum Firefox. Okay, so this is the recent one. You can downgrade Firefox, or what you can do is here's the thing what you can try. Um, let's see here. So what you can do is you can download old versions of Firefox. Okay, and here if you see this, even Firefox, gives you the old version. So you can try to use this one. Okay, so what it does is it just actually it just it upgrades. It doesn't upgrades, but it actually removes the new version and puts in the old version. So you can try this one. Okay, to work, because yeah, here even I cannot get this, and also I tried in this add-ons, right? So see here, I don't have that Selenium. So there is no other people who's working on the Selenium. Selenium. Okay, so there is no other one. So the only thing is, okay, so only thing you can do is to install an older version, and you can try that. So that should work. Or if you need help, let me know. Okay, so it's also we have 37 version. 37 is pretty long. Maybe you can. Okay, so you can try to do something. Because it is, I mean, by the time we get a new app or new Selenium, a new one, right? Again, there will be a new update for Firefox. Again, this becomes outdated by the time. So this is like it's like ongoing process. They keep getting a new app, and they upgrade that new, and it gets outdated every time. So there's a problem. So yeah, for now you can try downgrading your Fox by just you can type, or if you need help, let me know. Okay, so see, try to,
Sure, sir.
okay, so if you need help, let me know. I'll try to see if we can do anything. Okay, any more questions?
So, sir, this Selenium IDE, that's like kind of a tool, like we can do everything on it, like creating the test cases, like, or just the automation, like running the test on that one.
I'm sorry, what is your question again?
Sir, I'm just saying, like Selenium IDE, we can like uh, create the test, like scripts on that one and run the test, right? Like a
Right.
QTP or
Right. With the Selenium ID, you can only create the actually the script. The script gets generated. Let's see if this works here. For some reason, this it is out on this. Let's see here. For my I can also use my it's actually for record, and you can generate it. But here it doesn't work because it's disabled here. But let's see here if they have any new one. It will take some time until these people get something. Okay. They don't have that. See, that's the problem with getting this app. So this is one of the drawback, right? This app gets it always installed in the browser, and there's a problem. If they would have a client application, and this would have been much more better. But unfortunately, this all gets integrated into web browser, and browsers keep on changing every month almost. Okay, so that's the problem. Okay, so this is also similar QTP that yesterday I've seen. This is a record. You know, um, you know, so this is the record. And just if you want to record, and this is a playback. Okay, and if you want to stop in between, this is similar to QTP actually. And this is the code which is generated. Let's say if whatever the command you're putting, it's open. If you're clicking something, it's open. And what's the target? It's a little bit different than QTP, but a similar process. And the code is also gets generated for this.
sure.
Okay. And so yeah, that's the problem for this being an app. Maybe I'll try to search for this. If this is a client application, this should not have been updated so quick. But maybe this. Okay, you guys have for Chrome browser. Try it for Chrome. Um, okay, so these guys have 3 to 4. So you can try it for Firefox. We tried, right? Try it for Google Chrome. In Opera, try to install Opera and try to see if there is any, it works. Or they also have for Microsoft Edge driver. So I think this Microsoft Edge, so maybe you can try that too. Yeah, there's plenty of things here, but I have not tried this one. I've only tried Firefox. Okay, so yeah, you can try it if you have any free time. Try for Google Chrome. Oh, this is a driver. Okay, so I think this will take much more. It's a driver, not actually the app. Okay, so yeah, you can try it. It will be a little different. Maybe you have to do some R&D on that research and try to get this. So this is actually the website. This is a website where you can actually get the Selenium. Okay. So let's try this. Okay, so this is, I don't think this is enough. Let's see, it requires Java. So this is the server. So let's try. I don't know if it works. It's good. So you need this jar file because this works on Java. Okay. So let's try this. Okay, so this is the place where you can write. It's not just one language. It's not like just Java. It works with C#, Ruby, Python too. Okay, in JavaScript. So this has, but these are the web drivers. Whenever you try to install it and see, this is a web driver, not actually the application. Okay, the app is what I sent you yesterday. Okay, uh, this is okay. So let's try that one and see if it's good. Any other questions?
Not really, sir. For the testing point of view, sir, like if we are using the UFT, QTP, or Selenium, so do we have to learn like this Java language or Python, Ruby, or VB scripting? So do we have to really learn these language, or we can like just if we go somewhere to apply for a job or something, so we can tell them like we are familiar with this language, so we can work on it.
So, I mean, if you're going as a QA, as a QA point of view, you don't have to know, Java. You don't, technically, you don't have to know any language. Okay, so, but you see the way the questions, interview questions are, right? So, they will confuse you always. So they will ask you questions like, yeah, we are dealing with Java application, .NET application. So you will be a tester, you'll be a QA tester, and so do you know Java? So that's what the questions will be. So in that case, applications can be developed with not just one language. Can develop Java, .NET, okay, any other thing. So it doesn't matter, whatever applications you can test in Java application, you can test in .NET application. You will not know the difference. So in that case, you want to answer such questions very diplomatically. Only the interview perspective. Okay, but if you are going as a QA tester or QA analyst or as any software tester, you won't have to know any languages. But it's good to know. I mean, if you are, if you going through, you can just refer some of the important things, and it will be helpful for you in interview perspective. But it's not really necessary that you will be using a, at the job, you may not be using any language as a QA.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any other people? Any questions? This is really is not always. It's actually the server standalone, so maybe the people. Yeah, the only option remains is either downgrade your Firefox. I'll see if it's for Chrome. Chrome, they also have for Opera. Like Opera, Opera is you can also download this. Opera is free. So try that one. Okay, so let's see today. We just go through certifications. People who didn't complete, okay, certifications. We go through it. So the reason why the certifications, right? Thing is, whenever you're applying for a job, right? Whenever you're going to the project, so they'll just not only just look into your skills, but they also want to see what are the certifications are. See, the reason you have this will give you a cutting edge. If you if you have some kind of certificate or you put in your resume saying that, yeah, I know this, testing. Okay, and thing is, if you once you get in the project, if you can go for higher certifications like ISQB, testing of those kind of expert level, and there's a lot of levels in that. Okay, so you can go to that, but here to start with, right? You cannot just go directly to that level, right? So that's you have to pay money, and you have to book your center, and you have to go to the place and write an exam. So this is a different story altogether. But here in this scenario, what we can do is here you will get a free certificate. Okay, let's see here. So let's see here MBA. So MBA is Microsoft Virtual Academy, where you can try this. Here we have got a lot of a lot of things, and they will so you will get some kind of certificate too. So let's try it. And the only thing to here is you need to have that Microsoft email ID. Okay, that's live.com or outlook.com. Okay, once you sign it with that, now here what you can do is you can have a lot of things here. Let's say if I want to go to software testing, and let's say if we're testing, and once you go there, so Microsoft is good because here, and it's this from Microsoft. You see this is not from any other company, it's from Microsoft, and MBA stands for Microsoft Virtual Academy. And once you complete this few of the videos here and also some assessment, once you complete this assessment, and it's you require at least 4 out of 5. Once you complete this, and you'll be getting certificate. Okay, once you complete all this videos, um, and most important thing is assessment. Once you go through it, an assessment is important. Once you get this one, you see this tick mark that means it's completed. Once you get this, says you passed and you get a certificate. And I go through normally reviews. See here they have this thing is good. Like they put reviews. Um, Normally I go for like 4, whichever the review is good. 4, 4.5, 5. 5 is very rare. You don't get many of 5 reviews, but yeah. So this is that's what, right. This is free service, so you don't have to pay anything for this certification. Okay, and of course you need to pay your internet bill. You cannot skip that. But other than that, it's free. Only just required, and you don't have to go any center anywhere. Okay, you can just sit right at your home. Sit anywhere you want. And once you have this internet, and you have to just go through it, and then that's it. And for more information, you can look at it through the email that I sent. Okay. Okay. So this is once you go through it, okay, you get more idea. Okay. So yeah, so that's it. It's free. Okay. You don't have to pay anything, to get this certificate. Now, once you complete all this, okay. So I go through this rating. Okay, so that's what I'm looking always for rating. This. That means 165 people have rated this, and they found this 3.5 out of 5, and that's okay. 3.5 I can manage. I would normally look for 4, 4.5, but that could be really high. But yeah, 3.5 is good, and so that I can, I know this will be a little better. And okay, once you complete all this, okay, let's go to the dashboard, which is located here. And let's see here. Okay, so here let's go to here. Okay, so here it shows me that what are the courses that I have completed. Okay, and let's say I want to see my certificate. Right, click on this. Once you click on this, the download will automatically certificate gets downloaded. And once you see here, and this is the certificate. And this is how you get this. Okay, and this is good because it's not from any Tom, Dick, and Harry companies from Microsoft. They have this logo. So you could be a little bit comfortable on this. Okay, even if you don't like Microsoft, that's a different story. That's but other than that, you're actually getting from Microsoft some kind of certificate or some saying that you have completed this thing, and you have this. Okay, and it was completed, right? And one more thing you get with this is the transcript. Okay, you click on this now, transcript. So this transcript would be useful if you are going for any school in US. They might waive off few credits that you have completed some of the course. Okay, and they might waive you off some credits that you have completed some of the course. Okay, so this is the transcript.
Sarmanu, we can add these certifications with our resume, or we can tell like
Yeah, so
to the
that
job people.
right. So that's the point, right? So yeah, you can, I would recommend to put it, and also, um, just make it clear. Or if you have some, I don't think it has online. So, you know what, you can just put in your resume and take a hard copy, with resume, and I would say, yeah, you know what, I have completed this certification, from Microsoft, and you can look into this. I've completed. So, that's a thing that would be you having, cutting edge for you. Okay, so that should be um, good enough to put in your resume. But yeah, I mean, it would be always a better idea to put a better certification like ISQB and all those. But for now, since it's really not a very good idea to approach on that, because um, we need to have sufficient knowledge to write an exam, and also you need to pay money. It will charge a lot more money for you have to pay the fee for exam, and you have to go to the center. That will cost transportation, that will cost money. So keeping all this in mind, this would be an efficient way to complete certificate. So, but yes, once you move forward, of course, I say you have to upgrade. Once you know all this, once you've completed this, you're in the project and you're working for 2 to 3 years. I would say you have to go for bigger and higher certifications than this. So these are free, and these are good to start with. And as a matter of fact, you can find any, if you are looking for any ETL testing or ETL, you might also find it. The only problem with this is Microsoft. If you are looking even for ETL or anything, you have to go with only Microsoft services. Like Microsoft has SQL Server. Okay? Now you will not find Informatica here because it's really not a Microsoft tool. The only they have is SSIS, right? SSIS, SQL Server integration services, only they will be providing that tool. So let's see here. So it's like that. If you are going to reporting services, then you will not have, let's say, business objects. You will not have any, introduction on business objects, but of course you'll be having on SSRS, SQL Server reporting services. So the problem with Microsoft is they only have their own tools, and they only give certification on their own tools. You cannot with any other third-party tools. Okay, so that's a problem. So here, if you see here, you guys have data warehouse with SQL Server, and this has pretty good rating. Maybe it's good to try, but it's for intermediate level. That means you need to have some knowledge before that to understand, because it will go much more higher level. Okay, the problem is when you are watching this video, right? Let's say you're watching this video and you have some questions here, right? And that questions may not be in the whole video, right? They might some touch only one line, and the question is much more detailed. So you have to know how to handle such kind of questions. Okay? So that is the thing in every exam. Doesn't matter in this here, it's in any other certification exam or any. The matter of fact, in your workplace too, you need to find out how to handle such kind of questions, because um, always the information will be little. You need to get some information from somewhere else. Might be from your lead, or from somewhere else, from your business analyst or some other people. Okay, so that's how you need to manage all this. Okay, so this is good. This rating is 250. That means 4.5 or 5. It's almost 5. It's 5. So this is how you can see that people want to pursue this course or not. Okay, based on your skills, or based on what course you want, job you want. Okay, based on that you can do these certifications. Okay, so this is one way of trying it. Any questions in this so far? Okay, so There is one more. So there is one more called Sailor. I'm sorry, like Solo Learn. So you can also try Solo Learn. Okay, but the only problem with this is, let's see here. You have to create a profile and you need to sign in. Okay, so um, you know, see, the only thing is here you have very less courses. You have only C++, Java, JavaScript, and that's it. So this has very limited, but you can try to start with. Maybe you can try for SQL fundamentals, okay. And as a as an introductory class, they will be giving HTML fundamentals for free, so you can try this. Uh, yes, you can try HTML. So HTML is pretty basic, and you can try that one just as an introduction, kind of introduction as knowledge. Okay? But SQL fundamentals you can try, or if you have any interest, like you're going into more detail for Java, let's say you want to go for Java tutorial, JavaScript or Python, okay, you can try these languages too. Okay, but this is pretty limited because you don't have. But once you complete this, let's see here, you do get this certificate here. So let's see here. Let's see. So it's luckily getting this online. This is online. Okay, good. So once you complete this, certificate, you'll be having the certificate, and so you can say that yeah, I have completed SQL fundamentals. Okay, or Java, Python. Okay, so this is also one way of getting a certificate. I mean, this is to start with. Okay, so because you need to get into the system and you need to learn more. But to start with, this is should be a good start because you cannot afford at this point of time. You might not be able to afford to go for higher certification. And even if you can able to afford, you should have significant knowledge on what you're trying to do and you know what you're trying to achieve, because it is no point even if you're spending money and going there and writing an exam. If you don't qualify, if you don't get certificate, there's really no point of getting. So this should be a start for you. I mean, this because and this is all free. You don't have to pay, either of this, any certificate you don't have to pay, and you'll get it for free. So this is good because you also have this certificate number. So maybe in future they might also put that uh, certificate validation so that it's a valid certificate or not. Okay. So but this has very limited profile. This has limited, and but you can try for other um, courses too, right? Like Java, you can try for Java, Python. It's up to you, like as you are interested in. Okay. So that is one. And there is one more certificate like Sailor Academy. You can also try for Sailor. Sailor is pretty for expert level and the advanced level people who know and who know what they are doing, and they know all about this. Then you want to try it, and again it's free. This is also free. This is you don't have to pay anything. But the only problem with this is once you fail, once you are not able to complete it, you have to wait for 7 days. Okay, so this is what I was trying to complete, and this takes a lot of time because if you see here, now this covers almost everything on your project. Like almost covers everything. Let's see here. So introduction of software engineering. Okay, so SDLC. you know so SDLC, and this takes 9 hours of your time, so we have to be careful. And SDLC, that means it's more development perspective, and software modeling is also UML, so that comes business analyst or product owner, with those guys deals with them. So this also covers business analyst, That's about 4 hours. Requirement gathering, again business analyst job, it is 5 hours. And software requirement analysis, so this is architect level. Okay, whoever the architect, responsible architect guy is also covers that. That takes about 7 hours. And design, that is for coding. Okay, and that's a developer job, and it takes like 14 hours. And implementation, 7 hours. It's also about programming. Software testing, here is, you know what software testers are. It takes about 8 hours. And project management is for Scrum Master, or person who is responsible for the project is called Scrum Master. So basically, you can see here, so it covers almost whole, you know, process, right? Whole, um, you know, IT process here. So all of them are covered, but it takes pretty long time here, 8 hours, 20 hours. Okay, so you have to, you know, if you want to get to this, you need to be very pro, you know, or you don't even have to be pro, you need to have more patience, because here you have, you know, too much time you're putting here, right? 8 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours, each course has its, you know, 7 hours. So, and once you get it, the problem with this is you have to write an exam, okay? So, yeah, so you know you don't get certificate before any. So once you have to write an exam. So once you write an exam, and you know the problem is if you know if you're not able to attempt it, if you didn't get succeed, you have to wait for 7 days. So if you are doing this, be careful about it. That you want to complete it at one shot, or you have to wait for 7 days. So this will take longer time. This is more for expert level who want to, you know, get a good. And once you get the certificate, let's see here. So this is how, you know, you will get a certificate. But once this is pretty long, because as you can see, a lot of you know, hours you have to put on that. And once you get, you have verification code so that you can validate online too the authenticity of the certificate. Okay. So once you complete the software engineering, you know, you can get this certificate. So yeah, to start with, maybe MBA would be, sounds good. MBA is, you know, even if you fail attempt, you can attempt reattempt almost immediately. There is no waiting time, and there's nothing. Once you get it, it's almost instant. Okay, you don't have to wait for any time. But in Sailor, you have to wait for 7 days to just. So you have to make sure you have to pass in first attempt, right? So that's the thing. So these are the three important MBA, solo learn, and Sailor. So once you get to some kind of, I know, I mean, I would recommend anyone who are, you know, looking for a project or to get a certificate, you know, to put in your resume saying that, you know what, I completed this course, I've completed this, and I have this certificate, you know, and this is a hard copy, you know, can show you online too, you know, from this. So, you know what, yeah, I know this testing and I have, you know, considerable knowledge on this testing. Okay, so that's a, you know, important thing. So I'd say, yeah, some or other way you have to get some certificate. If not this, if you're really good, you can go for ISQB. That's fine. But to start with, this should be, you know, first priority. If you are looking to start, so this should be a priority to get any certificate. At least from MBA, so MBA should be good. Any questions so far in this? So here it shows, right, how much time will this take. It contains 5 hours of video and 6 modules and 6 assessments. So this should be, you know, easy. This should be, you know, easy and you'll get a certificate. And I don't think there are many certifications like this. These are the few ones that I actually selected. And the reason because Microsoft, everyone uses Microsoft, right? So it's the big corporation. So I don't think anyone would have problem unless you have some personal problems. It's a different thing. But this is from Microsoft itself, so I don't think anyone would have problem. And the other is other two are a little bit different, but you can get it from as a development course that you have completed Java, you have completed um, you know Python or whatever the interest based on the interest. Okay. Okay, so if no one has any questions, let's move to the next one. So let's, few people got access to TFS. Let's try to see pretty quick here TFS. Okay, so here is the thing. There are other test management tools too. Okay, Bugzilla. So we've not discussed about this Bugzilla. Okay, you just want to know this and try to get hold of this. Try to see if some of the information if it's good, so that whenever you're seeing an interview, it might be helpful for you. Okay. So TFS is from Microsoft, and the only problem, I was not able to give you access because this has convoluted access level. And they don't allow other they don't allow, like, they have some IP address, and once you log in into that, that's it. And other IP address it doesn't allow. So thing is, you need to you have to get your um, own TFS ID, so you can register yourself, or if you want access, you can request to me so we can work it out and see if you can get access for this. Okay, you have to create your own subdomain. This is your subdomain. So domain is visualstudio.com. So this Visual Studio, they have integrated everything into one. Okay, this TFS, Visual Studio, C++, and all those things they have integrated into one and call it Visual Studio. Okay, now I have created just and subdomain. So this is a major, actually this is a domain visualstudio.com, and the subdomain you have to create by yourself if you can, and once you create it, there you can access this TFS. Okay, so here let's go to here. This is, let's say this is a project, and again TFS. What is TFS? It's a test management tool. Okay, again like Rally, like Jira, or like Bugzilla, or any test management tool. I don't think you would be having any problem, okay, because the process remains same. Okay, in all the case, the only thing you'll be doing is writing test cases, executing it, and reporting defects. So doesn't matter how the user interface is. Let's go to dashboard. All the user interface might be different from each other, from any other tool, but doesn't matter. All you have to do with the work is user story, task, and bug. That's all you have to do. So here, this is this is dashboard. So this is good. Let's say if your boss assigns your work, so whenever you open this dashboard, okay, you can see, oh, you got some work to do. So you have all this work, so you need to work at it. Because not always your boss will be friendly. They will not send you an email. They'll not, they might not even bother to tell you that they have given work. They will be just giving you work. You need to figure it out. So that's the reason this dashboard will be very useful, because the moment you log in, it will show up here that you've got some work. Okay, so that would be an advantage for you. And one more thing is you can create you can create a bug or task a test case right from here. Okay, right from that will be one of the useful feature for the dashboard. Or you can also customize your own dashboard. You can add new, you can add new here. This is the spaces and however you want to customize, you can customize it based on how the work is for you and how the project is going on. Based on that, you can customize your dashboard. Okay, so that's the thing, and let's go to pretty quick here. So here this is code and this repository is most of the development's work, and I will not be doing anything with the repository. So all this, if you look here, a lot of with the contributor, project administrators, and all those things, it's actually most of the development work. So we'll not be really onto that one. Let's put the work. So if you see this work, you have two options here. So one is like backlog. See, this is we have in the backlog. You can see what's the user story assigned, and what the task are working on, what's the bug. You can similar to Jira, right? But there's no column kind of things. Okay, so here it's only one thing, and you can see here, and you can see there's main user stories, two user stories. Okay, so this is, I mean, this you can use. It's not necessary you have to be in agile, you have to be in waterfall, you have to be any methodology. You can use it. But if you are using for agile, so most of the people who are moving to agile, like agile or Kanban. So this TFS is more useful for Kanban process, not just agile. So we be specific here. Kanban, Rally is more for Scrum. Rally is more for Scrum. I mean, it's good. It's not like you cannot use in other process. You can use it too, but it's more suitable and more appropriate for that particular, you know, uh, particular methodology, right? This is good for Kanban. And if you see here, it's similar to kind of sticky notes. People who were, who didn't have this, let's show you pretty quick once again. People who missed the class or who were not, who didn't attend, right? Let's show it. This is the traditional method. Okay, what we'll be using it. Okay, but this is a traditional. Now you have this user stories to do in progress testing. Okay, the similar way you are doing here. Just like you you take the sticky note and put it here the same way you're doing here too. Same thing. The only best thing is by using this tool, you will be, not only just efficiency, you will be also having much more better productivity because you will not be wasting your time for getting this board and you have to buy this board and company have to spend some money and you need to spend time. That means Scrum Master will be spending this time to write this user story, all this, sticking that with that tape. You see this is the tape and all those things, right? Again, we have to have this sticky notes and now if you design this burnout chart and burn down chart, a lot of things. Now you have to use the plotters, right? You have to not just printing. You have to have the plotters and put that stick on that walls. So all that work is now eliminated. You no more have such kind of thing. Now if you are using it, that means you are using a traditional way. So traditional. If you're using traditional, it costs more money, it decreases productivity. If you're spending more time on this, then you'll be spending less time on, doing your work, actual work, than, doing that. So it's always a good idea to use such kind of online things where you can, move your, sticky notes online. Okay. So here, let's say this task, of course, this is the task, so it's an active. So here's the thing that they have changed it recently. So your task cannot get going to resolve because it's not a bug to get resolved. This is an active and it can be only closed. Okay. So once you do this actually this graph get changed. Okay. The burn down. Okay. This is a burn down graph. and it's automatically gets changed once your user stories are moved. Here, it's not getting changed because you're not properly set up all these user stories. Okay. So, okay, and so that's how you can move your task. Or if you have bug, let's say your bug, you have dragged it into active, you have created some bug, and here in this case you want to inform the developer that you have created bug, or maybe you know here you want to inform the developer that you have created bug. Send an email putting a screenshot that you know what I've created this bug. Can you please look into it? Okay. Once you do this, developer changes the status. Once it's fixed, then they will just drag it. So this is not your job to drag to resolve. Okay, they have to do it resolved, and they say that it's fixed. Once this, they move from active to resolved, then you need to retest it again, and see, if it's working again good. And once it's good, closes. You just need to drag that sticky note from here to next task. Okay, and if it's, let's say it's not resolved, if they put it resolved and it's not resolved, again you drag back here. And if you're doing this second time again, as I told you, right, you need to really have meeting, or you need to really stop by a developer's desk and say that, hey, you know what, this is not fixed, this is showing up, look at this, so you need to really have a meeting. You need to have really very good reason for saying that, it's not fixed, because, this gets into a lot of people. This not only just gets developer leads look into it, and the boss, the manager also, developer manager also looks into it. If you put it active again, there's a lot of questions for you. So better make them understand in the first place that this is really showing up, this is the issue, so that um, no one will be in trouble. Okay, so it's better to get resolved at first place than dragging it. Okay, so this is kind of agile. So more particularly Kanban. So this is Kanban process. Okay. So there's clearly not a lot of difference between the Scrum and Kanban. Similar, but in Kanban you really don't have those meetings. You see that sprint retrospective, sprint meeting, sprint grooming session. There's a lot of meetings. Like you really have only one meeting for all of this, and you'll be using this tool more often than Scrum is like ceremonial kind of thing. You have to go to the place, you have to talk, okay, this is the defect, this is impediments I'm working for, this is, I'm working for. Here you really don't have to talk to anyone, you know what you're doing. And if you have any questions, you can just call back, developer and ask the questions. It's simple. Okay, so it's more of a lot of people gathering, and you're saying to a lot of people here, you're not talking to more people here. So that's the major difference actually. There are other difference too, but it's really based on the project how they're moving on. Okay. And any questions so far? So that's a board. Okay. That's either you can go for board. So capacity is kind of if you're taking any leave, so how many days you're taking leave, and what's the uh, amount of let's say it's the whole testing. The testing, let's say you take like something around 60 hours. Okay, 60 hours, and how many people have been out, and how many days. So there's the capacity actually. The time period set to complete this project, and now if you are taking leave, someone has to do it, right? So who is doing it and all those things. So this is really job of a Scrum Master. They will actually look into it, and they will actually put the information, not for a tester as a specific. Okay, so here's the thing, and once you go to, so here you have a lot of things. Oh, they added new things is the issue. Okay, this people keep on adding new things. There's a bug. Okay, there's a bug. There's a task. You can also create test case. user stories. Of course, all of these tasks or test case or bug should be linked with the user story. Okay, so in Rally it was easy because whenever you create an issue or create a bug or test case, you always open to that particular user story. But here it's really not the case unless you're opening here. Okay, if you're opening here, let's say if I want to open here, let's see here. So if I click this, and here you see this. If I'm opening here, that means this is automatically linked with that user story. But if you're opening somewhere else from somewhere else, then you have to link this. Okay, so there's a problem with this. Okay, so I mean it's any tool. If you're using any tool, doesn't matter. You have to link later on manually, or if you're opening here, so you don't have to link anything because already know you're opening with this user story. So it will be just automatically linked with it. Okay. So that's something, and so let's see here. I was actually trying to look the test cases. Maybe there is no test cases here. Let's see here. So this is actually the user story. Here you go, test plan. Let's go to test plan. This, here the task is different. Again, the same thing. Task is different and test cases are different. Of course, so here test cases are here. Okay, in the test. Okay, so far we were into this and we were trying to see what are the tasks and issues, right? So this test is actually clearly you find this test cases. So here you can run it, okay, as usual. So let's try something else. This one. So if you have run, you just go to run test, that means single test, and once you click on that, again similar process like HPLM, right? You have this, and this is the test case, and maybe we are not getting many test cases here. Yeah, so there are not many test cases, only one. Okay, if you have pass it, then you can either pass it, fail it, pause, block, test not repeatable. So if you want to pause it, uh, you should pass it and save and close. This gets passed. This automatically outcome. So this is the outcome and it is passed. And make sure if you're using it, you have to put screenshots or you document your work anywhere. Whatever you're doing, you have to document. Okay, as I told you, right? Um, you have to always go to that and take the screenshots. Always screenshots are must. Okay, so in ETL it's a little bit different. Um, you can also take screenshot, or you have to put some data. So I always put the data in a .txt file and upload it, no matter. See that because as a data analyst, you can use a data analyst or ETL tester or anything that's data is very important if you're doing the data analyst. Okay, you need to verify a lot of data is right or not, right? So I would always put the download that whole once you get a SQL query, you get the result, right? Or whatever transformation logic you import, whatever the source code and target code, query. Once you put it and you get the result, and you want to download it in .txt format. Unless it's a million records, okay? If it's a million records, it's no point because it's too much. You cannot put GB of information just .txt file. Okay? You want to use um, Excel or .csv format, and once you do it, you can post that result and upload it here. Okay, so see here where so it should have some kind of options here. Let's see here. you see this add attachment, you can do that. Okay, or screenshot, you can use screenshot, you can use this, or you can add an attachment. So you have to put attachment here itself, there's nothing else, okay, especially in this TFS. But in reality, you can see, right, you can create your own result, and you can put attachment. So this is a little bit different. Okay, so attachments, I would say attachments are must, because even if you are not, even if your boss is, easy, that's fine. Boss, they can be easy on you, but audit review, they will look into it. So audit review, they will see everything, okay, what's going on, and you have to give some really explanation on that if they find it difficult to read your test case or understand your test case, okay, or any information regarding the screenshot or something, they will catch you at audit review. Okay, so you have to be very careful, putting your documenting your results. So results should be there as a screenshot or some kind of information saying that you have passed the test case. Okay, no matter what tool, doesn't matter any tool. You might use it doesn't matter TFS, doesn't matter Valley, or matter of fact, you might use completely different tool like Zephyr. Okay, you might use that tool, doesn't matter. Okay, so even that has some kind of attachment or screenshot or something to put in it, so you can use that also. At the end of the day, they will see your result. Okay, what have you done, and what was the useful? Okay, so you need to be important, right? So that's the thing. And let's see here. You can also do some automation here. Okay, you can also try the automation, but you need to download some of these apps from Microsoft. So it's better. Let's say the load test. You can also do load testing apart from functional testing. You can also do the load testing. Okay, so they have this option here. But yeah, you need to download some of this, but it's really not required for now. But if you are going more into detail or more into trying to understand specific modules in very attention, very in detail attention, then you can do this and try to see, do it yourself. Okay, but otherwise you can just have some knowledge which is only it's online. If you want to download anything for now. Okay, so you can also do load testing in this. So that's a good part in DFS. Not on suppose load testing, right? Planning doesn't have load testing. Okay, they only is good for functional testing. I mean, load testing is a separate tool actually, but some reason this um, TFS or Microsoft guys have integrated that into this. So that's the reason you can perform load testing too. Okay, so that's the thing. This is a brief about. If you are interested in this access for this tool, okay, you can email me. So I'll see if by today or tomorrow we can get some time. We can schedule some time, and I'll create a brand new subdomain for this visualstudio.com, and you can log in into that. So that's about TFS. Any questions so far? So here, you can also look for FAQ. You can try FAQ, few interview questions. So which may not all of them we have discussed. Few of them, there's some of them will be different. So you can review this, okay, and see, try to understand it. You don't have to, read everything, and you don't have to buy hard anything, something here. But try to get some information. Some of them we have discussed, and few of them, you need to do yourself. So I hope everyone has this, syllabus, right? From there you can get this, or even if not, you have access to Google Drive, right? I hope everyone has access to Google Drive. So all this information is actually there in the Google Drive. Let me, give very quick here. So if you go to here, so if you go here in the directory number 26, okay, so you will be having, oops, got stuck. Okay, so once you go to 26th, right? You'll be having all this, presentation what I've done. Okay, so you can refer to that one, and all of this even the QS variables will be having this. So whatever is whatever the presentations and all the documents, testing documents, what are the BRD, FRD, and all those things. And you can also have more, you can go to Unix if you're interested, it's a lot of more things there. But it's up to you, how you want to do it. Okay. So, any questions so far? And yeah, and one more thing, right? I mean, so just try to complete. I'll be just giving in, feedback. Just a feedback. Let's see. Just try to complete that feedback by, whenever you're free. Let's see here. So many people didn't complete and just one and one to two. So just try to complete this. I'll be sending this feedback form. Okay. And okay. So just try to complete this. This hardly takes 2 minutes. Only a few people have completed. Okay. And just let me know. If you have any questions, just put it here. See if I can help it out. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so if no questions, can we close this class? So yeah, today is the last class, and one more thing, yeah, today is the last class, and you guys have seen, right? People were not paying attention. You've seen the Tagore's message, right? That on Monday, you know, um, the class will be starting because surgery. Um, yes, that's what I know. That's what it's on. Let's see here, Hangouts. Let's see where is message. I need to open my TV to get it. Okay, so it's pretty. Let's check pretty quick. You know, um, Hangout supposed to be installed as national. Okay, so here it is. Let's see. Okay, so Tago classes will start on Monday onwards due to because he has surgery. Okay, so that's what he said. So if you need more information, like I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, mostly should be on phone. Okay. So if you need more information, reach out to him, email him or call him, or reach out to your respective HR manager and try to know more information. Is it this Monday or most probably it will be 4. Any more questions?
No, sir. Thank you, sir. Manu, we really appreciate your help and your teaching, sir. So hopefully, if we have any question and we have like some things, we can contact you, send you email, and get help from you.
Yeah, sure. You can send me an email. Yeah, that would be more better. If you can call me too, but sometimes I may not be in the desk or something. So yeah, email is much more better. Okay. So that we can schedule a meeting and if you have any questions, we can work together.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Sir, and this Mr. Tagore, he will conduct the data warehouse classes, right?
Right, data warehouse and Informatica. I think two of them, data warehouse and Informatica, and some he also does the SQL queries. Okay, and yeah.
Sure. Sir. Thank you very much, sir. I really appreciate your help.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else have any questions? Okay. Thank you guys and good luck.
Thank you, sir.